But that's, he's got the coof. So his trial's on suspension for a week. It is this weird trial that is both, it's both very interesting and very, very boring at the same time. It seems like it should be the most straightforward prosecution, but then there's weird stuff that keeps happening. And yesterday we were listening to the testimony of Chandler's girlfriend's mom's girlfriend, who looks like some cross between Gary Busey and a hippo, and who was talking about her unquenchable need to be topless in her own pool, while Chandler was at the property. Like she honestly like couldn't stop herself. She was testifying to this, that she was, she was just really hot, and she wanted to relax and get in the pool. And she just certainly wasn't going to wear a swimsuit or anything. They just kept saying she was topless. Now, I don't know if she's wearing swimsuit bottoms or just pants. These people are very strange. It doesn't make any sense, but they know that Chandler is at the property, and that they don't know where he is. He's just wandering around, apparently, or maybe sleeping because, the back hatch of his Subaru was open. So therefore he was probably asleep, because that's logical, right? That's how you determine, you know what? I know someone's sleeping in their car if the back hatch of the Subaru is open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get with my lesbian girlfriend, and we're going to ride around our riding lawnmower until we get to the swimming pool. And if that sentence sounds weird to you, that's a normal sentence in this case. No one's asking any questions like, wait a minute. Is your lawnmower a 2-seater? Because y'all aren't little chicks. These are not little girls on here. I don't understand how they both ride on a lawnmower. Like, what the hell is that? And they're riding on the lawnmower together to get to the pool, as two would do so. And they notice that the back hatch of the Subaru is open like 200 yards away. And so they're like, oh, well, we'll just tootle on down there. Actually, only one of them says they'll tootle on down there. The other one said they just hopped right in the pool. But they tootle on down there and they can't find him. So he must be on a spiritual journey in the woods, because that's the next logical step for someone who hasn't ever been to the farm alone, is that they would just wander off into the woods. And why would we ask any questions about this or be concerned about it? In fact, I'm too sad and agitated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the girls out, right? And then I'm going to go hop into the pool with my lesbian lover. And then when he walks up out of nowhere, like RKO, and they're like, hey, Chandler, what's up? He's like, yeah, can I get in the pool? And the Consuela's like, no, Mr. Chandler, no. Her shirt did no here. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm getting in anyway. And he just jumps in the water with the naked lesbian and the and Consuela from Family Guy. And I don't understand why no one is bothered by this line of activity. I'm not exaggerating this at all. That's the worst part. I'm not even making joke. The only thing I changed was the lady's name, because I don't remember it, and she sounds like Consuela. That's what they testified to without exaggeration. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm thinking everybody's eating these parents. I can't figure out what happened. They're their 4th of July meal. Are these vampires? Do they do this every year? I don't know. But anyway, somehow, despite this guy being like probably locked up in prison, I don't know, and having a coof mask on the entire time, he now has COVID. So I guess it's so weird. Dolce and Cress. That's the two's name. Dolce is the mom. That's actually not her name. That's just what she goes by. And Cress, who I'm pretty sure that's not her name, but that's also what she goes by. Because her name, someone on Kiwi Farm said like, her name sounds like a Star Wars nightmare or something. Star Wars fan fiction nightmare or something like that. It's insane. Oh, and the girlfriend, she, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. This chick's working the carving station at Old Country Buffet for all I care. We're supposed to think about, again, I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating. This is a thing that happened and was testified to. The this part might have been testified to, but the prosecutor mentioned it in his opening statement. I don't know if they've interviewed the detectives who have seen who looked at the house for yet, but they will testify to the fact that this guy burned parts of his parents' bodies in the fireplace at his house. And the reason they know that, according to the prosecutor, is that he took at least the head of one of them, and probably more, and put it in the fireplace. And when fat from humans starts to render in a fire, it fuels the fire, right? The fat kind of renders out and is pushed out through the things like the skin or whatever, and then it combusts, and then the fire burns really hot, and so that it burst the glass pane in front of, the protective glass screen in front of the fireplace. It busted one of those from the heat. However, and this is, again, not exaggerating this, the testimony or the opening argument from the prosecutor is that he then went in and cleaned up the mess inside the fireplace, like the soot and goop or whatever that's left over after you cook a human. He cleaned that up, but what he didn't clean up, he just missed a spot, was a chunk of the head that he left in there, allegedly. Just left a big piece of mom's skull in the fireplace and just put like a log on top of it. You got everything else out there. He just sweeps out the whole chimney or whatever, scoops up everything, because they show you the picture and you're like, well, there's 2 new logs. What's that black thing? Oh, that's a piece of mom. That's her head. Maybe dad. Don't really know. It's just a chunk. And okay, if that's not the worst though, if we're still with me here, not only that, the girlfriend sleeps over the night after that this had happened. So like that happens during the daytime or whatever. She sleeps over at the house. And tell me she doesn't smell people barbecue. What did he do? Hang up a bunch of little Febreze trees or something? Come on. So she just stays over there. Oh, it's no big deal. Nobody's asking any questions. Like the neighbors, on crematoriums, they have to put all these kind of filters and screens so it doesn't smell. So people aren't showing up for like Franklin's barbecue every day. Like, oh, what's going on? You guys having a cookout? It's like, no, we're rendering people out. This is terrible. We're turning people into ashes that are dead. You shouldn't be here. They have to put all sorts of stuff on there so you don't smell it. This guy just toasts someone in the old fireplace. Nobody around cares about this. Nobody notices. No smell reported by anybody. I don't buy this at all. At all. Oh, yes. She also bought the peroxide and helped him clean up the entire mess, which he says was from a small cut on his foot. Now, I don't know how big the mess was. We don't know how big the mess was, but what we do know is that the small cut on his foot from his parents, he hacked their bodies up with a saw. For his dad, he cut his legs off in the middle of the legs. I think there'd be a mess that's bigger than, oh, I cut my foot while walking or whatever. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Like, how much peroxide did you buy? All of it?